Okay, so this is Porsche 356 or 356. So you know that 356 laps is, and 356 is part of our name, and 356 comes from this model of Porsche, which is iconic for its design and simplicity, two things that we associate ourselves a lot with. What's more, this model is iconic because it was the first commercial model of Porsche, and all of the cars were built uniquely for each and every owner, meaning they were custom built for each and every owner, something that we also do as part of our trainings for our customers when we are building their presentations, etc. Laps, of course, is coming from the experiment, and when you have the 356 laps, the 356 plus the laps, there you have it, the domain was free, and we have the name. Now, we're here to talk about trainings though, because we are doing so many with some of the and many of the absolute best brands on the planet. However, not that many people know that 356 Labs and our company actually started from trainings, right? It started with a training, and that training was a crazy one because back then we wanted to create a workshop, a public workshop. And that workshop by itself was something that we really wanted to go to a complete, like we wanted to push the limits of that workshop. We wanted to build something that's extremely different than anything on the market. And so we decided that we are going to hire one of the best and most creative places here in Sofia, Bulgaria, try to sell 15 tickets, which was not that easy back then, like 6 years ago, to sell 15 tickets on otherwise very high prices. And when the moment of the training arrived, I was there like 3 hours later to prepare the room because we were using so many colorful things, color paper, markers. Like the room was dedicated, like there were different areas in the venue for different activities, etc. However, when I entered the venue itself and the room itself, there was this alarm, the security alarm went off, and I didn't know the code to stop it. Which is kind of, I don't know how many of you experience something like this, but it's very noisy and very disturbing for everyone around you. So a minute later, the police or some guys from the security came out and more or less asked me, hey, who are you? And I was like, I'm renting this place for a workshop today. And the police guy replied, prove that to me. And I was like, nah. Let's see, how can I prove this to you? Okay, let me call the host. Let me call the owner of the place. So I brought my phone. And tried to call the owner of the place. And she was not picking up the phone because it was super early in the morning. And so I continuously tried to call her and she was not picking up. And you can imagine these security guys were like, yet again, who are you? So at the end, some other phone number, which was unknown to my address book, called me and said, hey, is there any issue, etc., what's going on? And I'm like, yep, there is an issue, please talk with the security guys because the alarm went off, we need to stop it, etc. So we managed to do it, but it was a crazy first experience and first workshop for us as a company. This was our first paid thing, our first paid activity as an organization. Fast forward 6 years from then, we work with the absolute best brands in the world, training their salespeople, their marketing people, their executives, their IT or their IT teams how to present in a truly effective manner. We do trainings on all topics related to presentations, meaning on topics from the storytelling part, how do you build a story, what do you say to that group of people, through the design and how do you build effective slides when you are not a designer, and of course the public speaking part. What do you do when you are on the stage? What do you do nowadays when you are online? Because that's a specific course that we have. Presenting virtually or presenting online is something that we brought in when the pandemic started, and it will be very easy for me to say our bestseller in the last 2 years. So now we added the hybrid model, which is how do you present in a hybrid fashion, because more and more organizations are now presenting in front of people online, but also some people inside of that room. And so we have all of those training programs, all of them, however, focused in the world of presentations. And as you can imagine, because I said that these cars were built to be custom for each and every owner, we customize each and every course towards the group, because at the end of the day, it's a different audience in front of us. So we need to customize based on your needs, not on what we believe only has to be set out there, but based on your needs. We push a lot on feedback before the course starts. We push a lot the students to ask a lot of questions, and they do, which we're so thankful for. And then we also get feedback from everyone and every person in the group, so that we can see, okay, how do they feel about this course now? What are they doing? How can we improve this course, right? This continuous improvement part, which is so vital. And then 1 month later, we reach out again to you. Of course, we also have consulting sessions in the meantime with whoever wants, but we also reach out again to the students and ask them, hey, how are things going? Is everything okay? Did you try to apply the things that you learn? What is the results? On and on and on and on. So the training starts and ends, but it actually doesn't end immediately after the last training session. It moves on and it continues along the way in the upcoming months and months. It's going to be extremely busy weeks, but come with me and have some fun. I forgot something. This week is all about trainings. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all of the days trainings. So today we're talking with a company that's called Playtech. We're still not allowed to shoot inside, but we'll ask for permission so that you can see the training in action. But a trick here for you, we are going to be sharing tips and tricks throughout the whole week of trainings for you guys, and the questions that these people here are asking us and provoke the most discussion. So a very quick tip here, super important, you probably have heard it, but today we're talking about storytelling. When we talk about storytelling, the most important thing is your audience, right? Your audience. However, you have to be searching for information about them, and you can find that information in 3 places: your internet or intranet, your friends, the people around you, colleagues, etc., and also the organizers. Sometimes you are not hosting the event, someone else is hosting it for you. These people have information. Once you ask and once you find information, ask yourself, so what? What does that mean for me and my talk? What does it mean that someone just entered a new job on a management position, and now with a new project they want to prove themselves? You know that now. What does it mean for your presentation? Think about how you can craft a message that will resonate with those people, all right? Okay, let's go in and see you later, all right? All right, everyone. So today we were right there in one of our customers' office. This is Bosch I/O, as they call it. However, Vic is not able to shoot anything inside of the building, not even me walking around, because their security there is just crazy. They don't even have a Wi-Fi for guests. It's that secure. So anyway, we promised a tip, and one of the interesting discussions there today was we spent 4 hours on storytelling and 4 hours on technical stuff, meaning PowerPoint design, etc. And I believe you are going to associate yourself a lot with that second part, where we discussed a problem that everyone sees, which is around, hey, how do I build a presentation that's super simple, but yet again afterwards I'm asked to send a document, I'm asked to send my slides, which is a different thing now. It has to be self-sufficient, if you think about it. And that's why, yet again, as we present to succeed, when one of our speakers from Ghost French Communications showed you all at Present Succeed 2022 this year, showed you how you can utilize the so-called Notes Master and Notes View feature inside of PowerPoint. You can use those features to create a document based on your slides, and then you can go to the print feature, print to PDF, and say to PowerPoint, hey, don't print the slides, but the notes pages, all right? And thus you have a beautiful PDF that has all of the information that's self-sufficient. So if you don't know how to do that, We have a free template that we can send over to you. However, if you need it, send over an email to me at boris@356labs.com and I'll be happy to share it with you. Otherwise, check it out yourself. Now, this was the last training for this week. We had in total 4 trainings. The plan was about 5, but one got cancelled. However, next week we have 5 more. So today, with another group at Bosch, we actually had a session on storytelling again. And there was one very interesting question coming at the end of the training from one of the attendees, which was, so you spend so much, that was a question to me, by the way. So the question was, hey, you spend so much time talking about, and I really did, talking about the importance of the audience and how we can find information about them and what it means and how we can incorporate in our stories. But what did you do for us and how did you prepare it for us? And so the truth is that I also did a lot of research on those guys, even though I could have done way more. But the things that I have done is to talk with the organizers. This is something that we always advise. Always talk with the organizers of the events that you are participating in. Ask them who the audience is. In this case, this was their HR people, and they gave me a lot of context. And then I have the names because we had the calendar invites for the training because it was online. And I researched and added absolutely everyone on LinkedIn, looked at their careers, looked at their profiles, looked at the recommendations that they got, etc. And I used some of that information to tailor the presentation, the training towards them. So I was using some examples from companies that they were working before and other crazy little things like that. Yet again, I could have done even more. There is no moment in time when you say, okay, that's enough. You can always know more about your audience. So interesting take from their end. Interesting one. And very, very busy week. We had a lot of online trainings that we delivered for various organizations. Interesting stat, by the way, that we're sharing with our students. Both Gartner and a company that you probably have heard about, Zara, producing some of the most high-tech and high-quality headsets, are predicting that only 20% of all meetings in the world of business will be in an in-person fashion only in 2024. Only 20%. Gartner said 24, which means that the other 80% will be either hybrid or online, which means that we need to learn more about the online world. And I think that this is why we are seeing so many requests for online trainings. Maybe this will be the same and the numbers will be the same for online trainings. 20% only will be in person, in an in-person fashion only. I don't know, let's see. So next week you're going to see Tomorrow Redefined and the behind the scenes footage of Tomorrow Redefined Conference, which is a conference that we are organizing for one of our customers. It's an incredible event that touches on the topics of project management, lean management, agile, and more of those. So if you're interested in those topics and if you're interested to learn more from some of the absolute best people on the planet, go ahead and register. You still have time, because this event will truly show you how people from all over the world, those experts that our customer invited as speakers, are actually applying those techniques into places like hospitals, manufacturing plants, and how they help those places become 10, 20, 50% more productive. It is an incredible stuff. I personally can't wait to learn from those people myself, because I think that there are a lot of things that I can take from them for our company. So stay tuned for Tomorrow Redefined. It's coming up very, very soon, and register if you're interested in it. See you next week.